Here's Peter O. and Dr. Tucker. Secret undercover recording.
You okay?
So this is from the finish to the end. I'm just gonna let it play.
Come on, let's go back. I'll introduce Dr. Johnson. Come on. Dr. Johnson, is Mr. Randall Stovall?
Hi, good to meet you.
Let me act as a bit of an icebreaker. So, Tremaine was, like I said, really scared that this was a setup and that, he was going to be arrested by some marshals.
It is a setup. Because he done did it.
To come in for a family meeting, and next thing was, shackles, and so that's what happened. So this is Dr. Johnson. She is a forensic psychologist, someone that I really trust in terms of really trying to get to the bottom of, what's happening and making sure that, she gives you a fair evaluation. There's really no one that I trust more, okay? And really what I need, remember, the doctors and, the psychologist in Colorado, remember she said that you were not competent, and right now, that's the only thing that the judges heard. And that's why I asked Dr. Johnson here to really give us another evaluation to see, okay? What I really need is, for you to be open with her, to be cooperative, okay? Please, this is so important. This is the difference between, this is the possible difference between, you having to go to Springfield or not. This is one of the most important meetings. I really just need you to be open and cooperative, please.
Mr. Stovall, I realize that you're probably, pretty fearful about this today. And I know what happened before with your pretrial officer, but that person's different from your attorney. Mr. O, you can trust a lot more than other people in the system because he's your attorney. Pretrial officers see a lot of people. Most of them they don't know very well, but Mr. O knows you very well, and that's why he's asked for me to try to take a look at how you're doing. I've interviewed a lot of people like you before, so you're not going to say anything that's going to shock me or offend me. And I think we can probably still work together even if you're a little bit afraid, because as we go along, I think you will feel more comfortable when you kind of get a sense of the questions I want to ask you and how the evaluation will go.
Can you cooperate with Dr. Johnson? Just listen to her questions and make sure you answer them, please.
Rasta boy.
Can we get you something to drink, eat? What do you think? Want some coffee? Water? Should I just give you to step out? I mean, what would make you feel more comfortable? You need to step out of the room? I'll just be right next door.
You know, the things I want to talk to you about are what they talk to you about in Colorado. So, I'm not going to be asking you any questions you haven't heard before. So I think this will all be familiar to you when I start asking. You know, essentially what I want to do is talk to you about, you know, what you understand about the legal system, and how you. I kind of want to get a sense of how you can relate to Mr. O, in terms of being able to work out a legal strategy, you know, for how you approach things when you go to court. You know, I'm probably going to ask you a few questions about your background, but that's not where I'm going to focus. I'm going to give you a simple psychology test. I'm not here to judge you. Just want you to know that. That's not the reason that I'm here. Just want to ask you some questions and make sure that you understand enough to work with Mr. O and go ahead and move ahead with your case.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually step out. So
Okay.
Hey, Tremaine, remember, there's only one charge in our case, right? And there's 4 elements that charge, right? The prosecutor has to prove that you were previously committed at the hospital, that you knew you had been committed, that you knowingly possessed a firearm, and that firearm was manufactured in a different state. I mean, that's the only things that matter for this charge, okay? All right, I'm going to step back.
Okay.
Okay. I'll let your mom and your aunt know, okay?
So, maybe Mr. Stovall, just, how do you spell your name? Mr. Stovall, I promise you, I'm not here to judge you, and I'm not gonna ask you anything you haven't heard before. And it's Mr. O who asked me to talk with you, not the prosecutor. It's Mr. O, and he's on your side. You're taking some medicine, right? Is that right?
I gotta correct you on a lot of things. For one, I'm a free and innocent man.
Okay. Yep.
For two, my constitutional rights can't be taken away from me the way that they're trying to do, because I came to the VA for help because I was in fear of my life. I didn't want to hurt nobody. I got everything at my house.
What about your house?
And I put them in my vehicle.
Oh, you put
Such as all my belongings that was important. I came to the VA. And I told the VA what happened. I wasn't no criminal, I wasn't no felon. And I was in position to be able to have a firearm because I
went and had my guns ran.
You wouldn't have had your guns, what now?
In my background, the police gave my guns back to me, and they said I was in good standing. So the VA, because of what the police said in Mississippi, because I reported them to the higher authorities, because my house had been shot up. I didn't have no legal help where I was staying at. So I came to the VA and told them about it. And the VA was going to give me my gun back, but they wanted to talk to the local sheriff first.
Okay.
In my hometown, see. So obviously, I was already in good standings of having my guns, because the only step they had to do was go talk to the police in my hometown and make sure I was okay to have my guns back. And they saw, the police in Mississippi saw an opportunity, because they got mad because I reported them to the public and to higher federal authorities for not helping me with my house being shot up, not even doing a police report. And so, with that being said, the police in Mississippi told them that they ain't have no charges on me or anything. They just said the only thing we got was we sent them to the hospital or something, you know. And they sent me to the hospital because my neighbor claimed I had did something to his dog, which their case had got dropped. It didn't even go to court. It was dismissed for no proof, just hearsay. And so they just sent me to get evaluation. They just took their word for it.
So you said you had done something to the dog?
And so with that being said, when I got that evaluation done, that's all it was. I was jailed for 28 days, and they sent me to get an evaluation with no proof, no evidence, or anything. And so, all I know is that they put their hands on me, and they got mad because I reported them to the public and I reported them to the higher authorities.
Who put their hands on you?
The police did.
In Mississippi?
Both.
Mississippi and what other place? The federal?
Memphis.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to say this. Now, man, I'm going to say it to you now. I don't got no guns or anything. I turned in all my stuff, and all my stuff is sold. I wasn't no criminal. I was no person in bad standing before I was in fear of my life and came up here to try to get some help because some boys shot my house up. And I ended up getting locked up for it. Don't nobody want to take accountability for it. They want to try to frame me by saying, well, you ain't supposed to have a firearm. How you gonna say I didn't supposed to have a firearm when my firearm was given back to me by the police? And I was in good standing before I turned my firearm in. How can I be in bad standing afterwards? And then the state of Mississippi, that's why I stayed here. Why they didn't arrest me? I came to the VA for help and got arrested for it because of Mississippi hearsay. And I suffered in prison for it for almost a year, where they raped me up here in Memphis at the penal farm. I almost died up in there. They had to get me out of there so I could be free. Then they sent me to Oklahoma. Then they sent me to Colorado. And I gave Miss Johnson the same exact story. And she got in the courtroom and said the opposite of everything that she told me. And she told me to her my face that I did good on my eval. But when she got in the courtroom, because of prosecutor Jamal, whatever his name, the federal prosecutor Jamal, black guy, I can't think of his name right now. I got them on tape from my auntie, Eval, that's been associated with Peter and him. They said they didn't want to go forward with the case. And I already called the U.S. Attorney General, told them that I was set up, my house had been shot up, that's why I turned my guns in. To get some help. I wasn't no psych person. I wasn't no person that was heavy sedated on meds where I had to be institutionalized. I'm 42 years old. And so I told them everything. And so ain't nobody taking no accountability for me. And they trying to push on me, well, let's look at the charge, let's look at the case, let's look at the jury. If I came because if somebody shut up your house, you'd be scared too.
Yep.
And they know that they done dropped the ball and that they don't waste the money on me and they scared of a major lawsuit and they scared. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I done contacted Washington, D.C. I done sent it all throughout Facebook, done put it all on YouTube. I got everything out in the open because I'm supposed to be with my rights and they trying to institutionalize me or put me back in a prison cell because they know they don't got no evidence on me and everything that I'm telling you is legit and they can't change the truth about it. I didn't have no problem before I got here. My house was shot up. I drove to Memphis for help because the police in my town told me to get the hell out their face. In other words. And then they laughed in my face. And they said, we saw your videos and your message, somebody done shot your house up. And I said, well, I'm gonna report y'all to the feds then. And when I did that, then when all hell broke loose, I ended up going to jail and prison for it and suffered, was raped out there at the penal farm. I told the judge, and I told the judge, no, if y'all don't want to do right by me, I'd rather for y'all to have an officer shoot me in my head. I'd rather just die. I'd rather be shot. And I told the courtroom that.
You'd rather be shot than...
Because they trying to take advantage of me, and I don't like it. I ain't trying to go back to prison or jail. I'm supposed to be free. I ain't did nothing. I came to get help and got done wrong. And ain't nobody wanting to pay for it. The judge already told them they need to drop it because the case don't make no sense. And I had to record everything I do, and so the public will know what's going on, so I had to leave it on my Facebook, and I had to run my live. I ain't never did no harm to anyone to where they had to receive hospital care. Even in the military.
So how long were you in the military?
Almost 10.
Say that again?
Almost 10.
Almost 10 years. And you said you're 42 years old, right?
All right.
And what's your birthday?
Well, I don't like to talk about it. I really just get it straight. Man, I'm a June 7 baby.
June 7th? Okay. So what year were you born?
Well, I'm pretty good at math.
Am I good at math? I don't know about that. Are you? I'm not that good. Do you remember what year you were born? Or if you don't, that's okay. So what branch of the military were you in?
Navy.
Navy, okay. Did you enjoy your time in the military?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have to go out to sea a lot?
I mean, you know, I'm alright. I had a pretty decent time in the Navy.
You did? Okay. Were you on one of those big ships?
Sometime.
Okay. Did you have where were you stationed primarily?
Well, I really don't too much care to talk about this stuff. It just, I was in and about.
You were what? Say that again. I'm an old lady and my hearing's not that good.
I said I was in and out.
In and out of the Navy? Or in and out of the station? So Mr. O knows your case better than I do. So what exactly are you charged with?
Well, the charge that they made up was that since I done been to a hospital, I didn't supposed to have a firearm. That's what they made up. But I voluntarily turned in my guns so I can go get help because I was in fear of my life. I came in as a free-born citizen and just walked in and told them I need some help, but because of Memphis being a high-crime area, I didn't want to leave in my vehicle. And so that's how they got my firearm, because I voluntarily told them, and that was it.
And you told them that at the VA?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was in good standing now, because I just got my background ran before I came by the police in Mississippi twice. Tupelo and Grenada, live on Facebook. And the state troopers ran my background.
So, what did you,
They
before this,
Mm-hmm.
what did you get charged with something in Mississippi previously?
You remember I told you that my neighbor,
Okay. Your neighbor had said that you did something to his dog.
yeah, because the dog came up missing.
Okay, the dog came up missing. And so they charged you with something related to that?
Once they did that in Mississippi, they just sent me to get an eval.
Okay, they sent you to get an eval in Mississippi.
And I passed that eval.
Okay.
And I explained to them what happened. And so I never ever went to court for that. It got dismissed. So fraud being committed, it got dismissed. And so they gave me a paper that cleared me.
So that charge got dismissed?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what were you originally charged with, the charge that got dismissed? What did they charge you with originally before they dismissed it?
Who?
Mississippi.
What did they charge me with?
About the dog.
Well, the owner decided not to press charges.
Okay, so prior to this case, you've never been convicted of anything?
Hell no. No. Never. Ever. In existence.
So let me ask you a different thing. Did you grow up in Mississippi? Okay. You lived with your mom, is that right?
Mom and dad.
Okay, you lived with your mother and father. Okay. And you were born in Mississippi and grew up there. Okay. And what town is it that you live in?
2 towns.
Okay.
Coffeeville.
Say that one again.
Man, so, look, I grew up in Mississippi,
Okay.
but Calhoun City is my town.
Counter City?
Calhoun.
Okay. Calhoun. Okay. Okay. Is that where you grew up? Okay. And you live with your mom and dad. Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Not really.
What does not really mean?
Well, I don't know. You know, I got a different philosophy when it comes to life. Like, I got some brothers and sisters, but I really I don't know. I don't know. I really don't too much credit get deep into that. But, man, I don't know. It's just water I had to put behind the bridge, I guess. If it's some in the bucket.
So you don't communicate with your brothers and sisters much anymore?
I mean, I really don't care to. I mean, I do want to talk to my sister, but, you know, get some things off my chest. I need to see what's wrong with her. But for that, my brother, no, I really don't too much care to mess with him, you know. I don't care to deal with betrayals like that.
How did they betray you?
Well, man, I can't get into that.
Okay.
I can't deal with that. You know, you got to have some principles about yourself somewhere.
Okay. So, you live with your mother and father. Do you get along with them okay?
I mean, I live with my mom, but when you said you grew up, yeah, I lived with my mom and my dad then.
Okay. And now you live with your mom?
For now, yeah, true. My house got repossessed.
Your house got repossessed?
Mm-hmm.
And why did it get repossessed?
Because I was in lockup.
Were you paying for it?
Mm-hmm.
Were you working?
I was locked up.
I know, but before you got locked up, how were you paying your house payments?
I mean, you know, like everybody, pay their house payment.
So were you working at the time?
Oh, you trying to find out my work history?
No, I'm just.
I get it.
That is part of what I'd like to know about.
Oh, so you want to do a bibliography?
Yeah, kind of like that. Well, let me ask you.
You like literature?
Well, what's probably more important is that
I can tell
you like literature.
Well, I mean, I can tell something about some people. Like, people know that I'm a reader. So, I mean, I can tell things.
What do you mean you can tell?
Man, I'm a special guy.
Okay, tell me more.
Well, I mean,
Tell me about how you're special. I know, we're all special in our own way, but tell me about how you're special. And you're not bragging to do that. That's, everybody's special. Do you have like some special talents?
I do.
What are
I mean, if I'm in the mood, I sing.
they? Can you tell me today?
Hmm?
Can you tell me today what your talents are?
I'm a black man, but it just, I done been set up. And people want me gone in the scene,
Who wants you home?
I believe you're a good lady, I do. And,
Can I ask you some questions? I mean, we can get back to this case, but I wanted to ask you just some general questions. Have you been, so it sounds like you've been in a courtroom before, kind of how the courtroom operates.
mm-hmm.
So, do you know what the judge does in the courtroom?
Man, I grew up with this type of stuff.
Okay.
I watched plenty of Midlife and Murder, She Wrote.
Say that again?
And so, and that's just what it is.
So, what does the judge do in the courtroom?
So you just want to know?
Yeah, I want to know what you think about what the judge does.
Okay. So, I mean, the judge can do a lot of stuff in the courtroom.
Right.
Give me some details.
Say again?
I'm not talking loud enough.
You remember I said I'm an old lady, but I got problems with my hearing.
Oh.
So, I'm trying to listen carefully. I don't want you to have to repeat.
You a smooth boss.
What does that mean?
Like, in black folk term, it's like, well, like, I mean, you're a bad girl, like, cool, but et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I'm also an old lady who can't hear well, so, and I'm sorry about that. Are you concerned about people hearing us outside? If I ask you to speak up, does that concern you?
I'm a photographer.
Okay.
Very professional photographer. And, I just got a view for certain things, and I don't know, you just look I think you take good photos.
Okay, well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So let me me ask you this. You've been working with Mr. O for a while. Do you trust him?
Man, I'm hard to
Okay.
Can I just be myself? Well, look, I'm just gonna have to do this. Man, what you want to know?
Say again, ma'am, what'd you ask?
What you want to know?
So, do you feel like Mr. O is working in your best interest? I mean, I understand not trusting anybody. That makes sense to me. But do you maybe trust him a little more than you would other people? A little more?
What is it that people want from me?
Well, the reason you're here today is that Mr. O has asked me to do kind of the evaluation that they did at Colorado, because he's not sure if that evaluation is correct. Because they said you weren't competent to go ahead with your case. But Mr. O tells me that you've been taking.
I don't have no case. They made me have a case. I came out of fear of my life.
And
I was scared and afraid with no case. I reported the crime and got jail, and they made a case.
So Mr. O is thinking that maybe things are different now. Maybe you could be all right to move ahead with your case. So he was asking me because he wants to make sure everything is on the up and up with you, and he just wasn't sure that Colorado evaluation was correct.
It was correct. The prosecution had them to lie. I passed my evaluation.
What would you do if he's in my situation? Like, they trying to, like, my thing is this.
She told me I did.
Ma'am, I appreciate you. I do. But,
Do you think we can talk a little bit about the courtroom and what you know about things in the courtroom?
so you want to just get some conversation?
Yeah. I want to get some conversation about the court in general. So let me do this. Let me tell you, I'm not a good I'm not a good drawer. So
Man, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you have feelings?
Of course, just like you do.
If somebody took advantage of you, you think it'll hurt you?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What if they did it real bad to you? Like, purposely, like,
So let me get you to look at this drawing. So I know I don't draw well, but this is a little drawing of the courtroom. And so let's say, so these little circles are people because I can't draw. But let's say that's you right there in a courtroom. Who's that person sitting next to you?
She sounded scary, like they murdered somebody. It's terrifying.
Okay, a lawyer. And whose lawyer would that be?
And it's scary.
Is that
I
person?
need to tell you the truth about something.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
You ain't gonna understand me too well, but man, I'm tired and I need you to bear with me.
Okay.
I know what they trying to do, but man, yeah, I'm a special person, and yeah, they do call me the prophet. I'm just being honest with you. That's what they call me.
Okay.
I do know things for what happens sometimes. A lot of doctors know about me. I tell them I have visions and dreams and stuff, sometimes. And I told them I used to hear from somebody that they don't believe me.
Talking about God. So they wanted to say I had a mental problem because I hear from God.
So backing up to your background, where did you graduate high school?
Schizophrenia. That's what they try to say.
Man, I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. But man,
Doctors.
I want you to know something. I haven't committed a crime. I don't mind giving you information. Yeah, I graduated high school. Yes, I know the order of the court and the judge and prosecutor and the jury and arresting officers and I don't know if it's the court clerk and the typist and the rulers and the honoring that goes on in there. It's supposed to be respecting order. And so, besides that, I pretty much gave you the rundown. And so, it's just, I know what I'm going to say to you. I didn't have a case before I came here. I came here to get help. But I left with a case of imprisonment. And so, and nobody don't want to be responsible. They just want to bury me with this system stuff by making me take this case. And saying, well, that way they won't lose out. And all my guns were registered to me, man. I'm a deer hunter. I used to hunt deer. I'm a country boy, a city boy. I was in the Navy on a big ship, and I was very popular in the military, very popular in high school, a very known person throughout the world, Jamaica, wife over there, supposed to be daughter, So-called, well, I got a wife here, so-called. We divorced, but she got my 4 children. And they done suffered, done dropped out of school, drug heads, crack heads on her watch. I had guns pulled on them, so I've been dealing with a lot of stress, and she manipulated the court, telling the court, because at the time, you know, I was into religion, and she didn't like that I wouldn't have oral sex with her, anal sex with her. And that right there messed our marriage up, and I called her cheating and stuff like that, and you know, and that's just what it was. And so, she won't let me talk to my children. They done cried, they done been beaten. Numerous reports done been made through Child Protection Services in the Louisiana, New Orleans, Kenner area. What's the name of that place? Reserve, Louisiana, and Mallory. So I have an extensive police report down there in that area, reported of them, not reports of me. I reported them. Her boyfriend Tim put his gun on me in front of my children. He threatened me in front of my kids. Said, I'm gonna put your dad in a body bag. I got a lot of that stuff on tape recorder. You know, I just say. But, I mean, I'm just telling you what's been going on, what's happening, what I've been dealing with. So I don't get a chance to talk to my kids. They done suffered severe psychological, emotional abuse to the 3rd degree. She figured that she's one of the girls that actually got a hit on my life. To be honest with you, Chantel Barrow is her name. Cause you know I told you my house was shot up, and see, I'm an ex-street guy. I used to be in the streets, and a lot of people got mad at me because I got out the streets. And so, I mean,
Were you a gang member?
I mean, I don't want to go into this because, man, I'm one of the most largest guys in the United States of America. Meaning, popularity-wise, you know, that's how many people that's connected to me. And so they know that I know everything about them. I know about their shipments. I know about some murders and stuff like that, so they won't be dead. And so that's the reason why they were trying to knock me off over there where I stay at. And see, the police was in on it too, see. And so I didn't want to, when they were shooting at my house at 102 County Road 460, see, I ain't want to hit to shoot nobody because I ain't never shot at nobody in my life. I was a veteran in good standings. I ain't never been in no trouble like that. You know, I was free to buy a gun and everything. So I used to be in the streets real heavy. And yes, I know about major gang activity, like major. I know all the elites, just about. And so they tried to have me taken care of in prison and put down in prison too, but I mean, that's why I almost died in there and they got me out. And so now I'm fighting this, and and really, I don't know, man. If I can't have no help, I don't know what to do. That's why, you know, I had to talk to the judge, and I just told the judge that they're trying to take my rights from me because, see, a lot of the guys that I know, they informants now. But they still sell they dope and cracking all that stuff in front of gas station and out in the public. So they just do what they want to. But see, they've been trying to catch me up. And a dude named Lamar Gates, you know him? Lamar Gates. That's one of the guys right there, Lamar Gates. You may want to write his name down and do an investigation on him, but he's a very powerful leader, organized crime lord, undercover, responsible for some rapes.
But I'm more interested in you than him.
Okay, cool.
That's why I was asking you questions. Do you see Dr. C?
But if you're more interested than me, in order to get to what you gotta get to, you got to hear it from the beginning how it started. Because if I had to skip around, it ain't gonna work.
Okay. All right, I tell you what, why don't we take a break? Did your mom bring you here? Or did you drive yourself?
Ma'am, this is what I want to say. What else do you need to know?
Well, actually, I want to take a break now. So is your mom here or did you bring yourself?
I don't want to talk about that.
Okay, all right, that's fine, that's fine. Well, let's take a break. You want to come over and see Mr. O for a minute? We're taking a break. Did he come himself or did you come over?
He came.